What do you think is the ceiling for Cade in his year two? I think a lot of people are expecting
All-star.
a big second year. You think he can get up to that?
And this is best case scenario, right? And I think this it's tough in the East, and this comes with a caveat. I think we have to now this season we have to separate what we mean by all-star caliber versus all-star actual, because it's easy to say all-star caliber, but in reality, dude, like look at the depth that we have in the Eastern Conference now, and it's incredibly difficult. It's difficult to make this team, but to become an all-star caliber player this year, absolutely, absolutely. You just saw how much more aggressive he got with health, and in the second half of this year, just getting to the cup and being more aggressive, increasing his shot diet at the rim and in the mid-range, as opposed to just settling for three-point jumpers. I mean, him starting to adapt to the NBA game and things starting to slow down for him, that is something that I think will come quicker to a guy like Cade, who sees the floor at that elite level compared to other players. I think this is a guy who, in very short time, will be able to manipulate the game along with the best players in the league in the way that I think, not to the same level as Doncic, but in the same way that you see wings like Doncic analyze the game. You've already seen flashes of it. Now him doing it consistently, I think that just takes time. And if it happens this year, I'm not surprised if he's an all-star caliber player. Getting in, I mean, that would mean that the Pistons really popped off and somehow things really went right. I think that's a little less likely than a team like the Magic, just because they don't have as many set roles for these players. But I think for Cade, that's definitely possible.
Yeah, they're definitely not ready to all fully pop as a whole just yet. But what do you think is the ceiling then for the Pistons?
Honestly, I think they'll be bad. I don't. I think they'll be at best. I think they're the 11th best team, 10th best team, just a shout outside of the play-in, because I think it's complicated to figure out the starting lineup. And when you look at the backups, when you look at how you're running your rotations, I mean, the spacing for this team is going to be awful. I mean, they're only two like real shooters is Isaiah Livers, who's coming into a second year, who I think could actually potentially be a really, really great 3-point shooter. All you fantasy players out there, if you need a low cost 3-point shooter, there you go. And Burks. Bay maybe gets better, but they don't have enough shooting on this team to facilitate what they want to do at a high level. And it's just going to be too clunky again this year. They just need so much more player development for that to work out.
Thanks for watching Coast to Coast on YouTube. For full episodes, check out the show wherever you get your podcasts. And for all the best hot takes, subscribe to the Coast to Coast YouTube channel below.